Hello, it's Nicole again. I'm laughing because it's been a bit of a day. It started off with the Lord Mayor. I've met a man from Rolls-Royce. I mean, there's just so much happening, let alone the fabulous guy filming this right now. So honestly, I can't really introduce much more than now I've got Robert.
Who's ruined your day even more.
Who's not ruined my day, from Powell Electronics, here at the EDS takeover of That Engineering Chat. Hello, Robert.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm all right. You're kind of finding your way with this, aren't you? You've not done one of these before.
I've done a podcast before, but it wasn't being recorded. I didn't have to listen to myself, but that's
and it wasn't
okay.
being filmed. Was
No,
it being filmed?
But I've done several, like for example, the presentation I did yesterday, that's on film, so that will be being put online soon.
Good.
So yeah, it's been quite a show. And yeah.
Tell us about Powell Electronics. Come on, tell us all about it.
Well, we're actually the 20th biggest distributor in the world, or 19th or 20th, something like that. But pretty much all of the business is done in the USA. And so what Powell has started doing the last 2 years specifically is growing in Europe and using that infrastructure, which is America, so all the back end part, all the storage, and all the links that they already have to suppliers that they've been having for decades and decades. And for example, the application engineering team or the technical support that's in America. So then if we go to a design engineer over here who has a problem, okay, they can tell us what is the problem, what they're trying to solve with regards to our products that I'll talk about in a minute.
Yeah.
And if I don't know the answer, then I can reach out to my colleagues in the US. And if they don't know the answer, they can reach out to all the suppliers that they know. So instead of someone going on Google trying to find the solution that they're doing, they can just contact us and we'll do it for them. That's
you like what you do, don't you?
I love my career. I must say, I'm so happy.
You're very enthusiastic.
Oh, thank you very much.
It's nice to see.
But yeah, so I work in connectors. So you can either say they are high reliability or you can big them up to whatever you want. Connectors, not just high reliability, but low cost or whatever you're using. Or you can say they're bent bits of metal inside plastic, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
But I find specifically with this type of product, normally it's not the most interesting part of a product when people are designing it. Normally they want to focus on the sensor, the LCD display, the software behind it, what it's actually doing. And normally a connector is, how can I get this part to go over to this part? And it's more of a chore, more of a problem that needs to be solved. And so then what I do is they tell me what that problem is, I solve it for them, save them time, and I'm helping out these really talented engineers so they can actually produce their product quicker.
That's great.
And then when you've got the procurement managers, if we can speak to them earlier on, then we can hold stock of exactly what they need. So that will also save the headache for the procurement manager. So our job literally is to make the lives easier for people who are making all these cool projects. And I've met, even just here, it's lovely knowing the end application and that you can make a difference just by doing something that they actually don't really want to do. So that's why I love it. Yeah.
And because Powell Electronics has been going for how long?
Oh, blimey! Now you're testing me because I've only been in the company a short time. I think they're about 60 years old or something like that.
So it's a long-standing company.
Yeah, very long-standing. They've got a huge foothold in America. They're very well known, but. One of the reasons that we wanted to come to EDS, and we had quite a large stand, was to basically announce, by the way, we're here. And
Brilliant.
We expected a lot of people to say, who are you? We expected this to happen because we aren't that well known around here. And this was the plan. So we wanted to come here, tell people, right, this is actually what we do, like I've just introduced who we are a second ago. And just to say we're here, we've got all this support, we're ready to help people with it. We, even though we're shipping out of the US, we also now have a warehouse in Ireland that we're bringing online, that we're celebrating today by having some Guinness on the stand. Come and join us if you'd like.
Lovely. Why didn't you offer me that before we started talking? It would have been a whole different conversation.
Oh, sorry. Well, I look forward to the change in our attitude of the conversation now then.
I don't know, actually.
Because you've been a very tough interviewer so far.
Yeah, that's it. I am very tough, exactly,
Exactly.
But that's great. So you've got, what else have you been doing on your stand? You've got a great stand. Every time we've gone over, you've been very busy.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, so it looks like it's been very well received.
Well, because of, so personally, I used to work for a manufacturer, and one of the reasons I wanted to move into distribution was because of having a diverse amount of solutions in order to help a customer. And so because of that, I will never be able to learn absolutely everything about every single product. It's impossible. Unlike the previous company I worked for, I pretty much knew everything like the back of my hand. And so because of that, we wanted to try and showcase many of the different suppliers, but quite a lot of them, they work like they have the same end customer or the same design engineer would be interested in the same, in different products, but they're looking at the same type of problem. Let me explain that a bit better. So, for example, a customer of an EMC product, which is electromagnetic compatibility, that's like stopping radiation, for example, radiation from other devices blasting in and destroying their own product from working correctly. So we have one supplier that makes the cable that actually goes into it, one supplier that makes the connectors that go around it, one supplier that makes the vents that go over the front of it, one supplier that makes the gaskets that actually are in between it, and it's going to be the same person that's interested in that family of products. And then we have 8 zones like that as well. So we have our RF zone, we have our waterproof zone, we have, and basically we wanted, and it was great, we had the buy-in from the suppliers at the start. We want the interest of someone who comes to our stand to piggyback that interest onto the other solutions that are there, and it's nowhere near an exhaustive list. It's just to try and stimulate interest in what we can do, because like you can tell, I really like helping people. I really like trying to solve the solution. So if we can take the burden of solving a connector issue off them, then hey, look, this is the type of things we can do. Tell us your problem, and we can reach out to these suppliers, and we'll be able to solve that solution for you. And that's why we tried to construct the stand in that way, trying to zone off these different areas.
I like that. You're very good at explaining things.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you've got a very good approach at explaining things. It makes a lot of sense, because people take so much for granted, don't they, of what goes into every single application, really. I mean, there's just so much, isn't there? It's pretty complex.
Well, that's engineering for you. Well, engineering, and there's niches upon niches of niches in this industry. And I think that's why I enjoy this career so much, because I do speak to engineers who are making some I spoke to these one guys here, they make the flamethrowers that actually, so if you go to a concert and they have the flames that come out, they're actually here, and I had a good conversation with them. Then I'll speak to a military customer who can't tell me anything at all, which is normal. It's like, hey, come on, is this on a ship? Is it on a tank?
We have a guessing game,
Sorry, I can't tell you. Like, oh, okay, but that's just part of it. So I know this person's in a larger military customer, and you get such a just diverse range of interesting people. And I get to interact with, I don't know, a dozen different people like that from different companies every single day. And so, I used to watch technology shows when I was a kid, and it was always interesting, but maybe I didn't want to go down in depth and spend my entire career in one little niche. So I get the best of everything, really.
So there's a lot of variety.
Yeah, it is. Even though you're thinking, it's just connectors or something like that. That must be a bit repetitive. It's far from it, just because of the excitement you get, or the enjoyment I get is knowing the end product. And when I go somewhere and something's working, it's like, I helped that.
I guess a show like something like EDS, when we're here at EDS and you're actually seeing people in person, that's when you come alive even more, isn't it? Because obviously we haven't been able to speak to people. You can now actually speak to people about their problems and helping them. Is this the first time you've done EDS? Is this as a company, or is this something?
It's the first time Powell has gone really big.
Yeah.
We said go big or go home this year. That was our idea, which is why we're one of the larger stands here. I've done EDS before. When I used to work for my old company Harwin, I did a seminar here 3 years ago, and it was very successful, that one, and that's why I promoted the idea, and I said, look, we should do another workshop here this year, because it was so good, and there was a great take up. So that was the first workshop of the show.
Amazing.
And this is what I was going to say, that the quality of the person that you speak to here. So even though maybe it's less busy than it would be outside COVID times, but it's different to other shows you might go to, where it's a less relevant people that's going past. It might be, I don't want to say, but it's more everyone that I'm speaking to, it's like, this is someone who's actually genuinely interested with a problem, who, I can actually help this person.
People aren't just coming for a day out, are they?
Correct. That's what I'm finding. And it is the people who have influence on whatever issue it is. It's not just a chit chat, not just trying to learn something. It's actually, I can make a difference to these people who are coming over to find out about who we are, really.
Amazing. So what's next after the show for you guys? What are you doing? Have you got what big plans have you got coming up over the next few months?
Good question. Well, because now I've formed quite a lot of good relationships with these suppliers, and I've been pretty hot on LinkedIn trying to sort of reach out and thank these people. Because of that, then all these people are like, we want more of your attention now. We want to promote that as well. And so suddenly I realised, I've got to sort of choose my own niches of the products I've got. And plus I've only been in Powell for a short time, so it's all very new to me and all extremely exciting, so I need to choose which ranges I want to focus on.
Yeah.
But to tell you the truth, I mean, typically this is my role. So after an exhibition like this, obviously I've had a lot of conversations with people.
Yeah.
I want to reach out to every single person that I've had that conversation with. Quite a lot of them, it's a conversation off the cuff. They've got some type of problem. Yeah, sure, I'll take down some notes, but sometimes you need a diagram and they need to go back to their office or just their home these days. They need to get some more technical information, and we need to have that bounce back of a conversation.
Yeah.
And then it's nice as well that I've spoken to customers, and then because if you go and see someone in person and you have some sample with you, you can just have that conversation so quickly.
Yeah.
But when you, like this COVID world we've had, things are just slow.
Yes.
You have the email tennis. People are busy, so a customer might send me some technical details. I might look at it and realise I've got a question I need to ask about it. I'll send the reply. Maybe that took me some time. Maybe that person's now in a meeting. He's finishing off something else. And before you know it, half a day's gone past, and then he's answered, and then I've sent the reply, and then it's the next day, and that question might have been answered in 10 seconds. And if you go and visit someone in person, and maybe you've got a sample or something with you, it just makes that conversation go so much quicker.
Yeah.
And it's been nice because customers have said, or engineers have said, yeah, sure, come visit us. And that means, it just means you can progress these design solutions quicker. So it's nice, it feels like we're getting back to some type of normality.
That's brilliant. How do people find out more about you, Powell, everything? Where do they go?
Probably best if you get in really, if you're watching this, you want to get in contact, find me on LinkedIn. That would be a lovely way to get hold of me, actually. If we go that way, and then we can really interact from the start.
Yeah.
So,
and then there's the website.
Yeah, if you go on, there's our website, but then you'll end up going to our American colleagues. So if you do want to speak to me, then that would probably be best, because because even though we're a global company, we are.
Well, you get that personal approach, don't you?
Yeah, but also in Europe, we are smaller compared to our American colleagues, and hence, if you are here in the UK, or I also cover the Spain market because I study Spanish. I can speak Spanish even. It's best to reach out directly to me.
Amazing.
And I'd love to have that conversation.
Amazing. Well, it's been lovely to chat to you.
Oh, thank you.
Have a really great rest of the show.
Yeah,
I think we're all going to go and have a Guinness with you now.
Come and join us.
Okay.
It'd be great.
It's lovely to meet you.
And see you next year if you didn't come.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Robert.